So this pairing is the Quailsgate Chenin Blanc.
And le Riopelle de Lille.
So this wine is a Canadian wine from Okanagan Valley. It's amazing. Chenin Blanc is not something we see often. So it's really good with food, great acidity, lots of flavors of citrus, and it has a little bit of oak, but just enough to give it a little bit of elegance to it. So with our pairings, it's going to be a fantastic wine.
So what we have here is a Riopelle de Lille. It's a triple cream brie cheese that is made from Fromagerie de l'Île aux Grues, which is located on the St. Lawrence River. It's an island there. And it's a wonderful, creamy, triple cream means that a little cream is added to the milk when they produce the cheese. It has a little mushroomy, creamy, buttery flavor that just melts in your mouth. So let's try with the Riopelle de Lille, which because it's a triple cream brie, it brings a nice, smooth melt on your mouth texture, but also has a little buttery, creamy flavor. But when you taste it with the rind, it has a little bit of added mushroom flavor to it.
Yeah, and with the wine, I find it brings out that mushroomy flavor, but it has a good acidity, so it brings it all together.
Exactly. And also, you can have it on its own, but you can also put that, it would melt nicely on a baguette, for example, and then that would add a little flavor to your palate as well. And some forms of a little sweetness could help as well.
Yeah, and on top of that, we could put a little bit of strawberry jam to get that like fruitiness that we get from the wine as well to kind of blend together.
Beautiful, just beautiful.
So for this tasting, we have the Quailsgate Chenin Blanc again.
And le Pied de Vin from the Magnet Islands. The beautiful taste of this is again a little mushroomy flavor, but a little bit more pronounced. And it has also a nice creamy texture, a little bit of acidity, but it just melts in your mouth and gives you this wonderful creamy mushroomy flavor. The beauty of this again, it's a semi-soft cheese. It has that wonderful creamy texture, but it's the rind that makes it very unique. It's a mixed rind that creates a more powerful mushroom flavor. So when you try it without the rind and then with the rind, you see how that mushroomy flavor just blends in and adds that wonderful flavor to it.
Yeah. And with the wine, it brings out like this big aroma and flavor of mushrooms that really complements it, and it's really an explosion of mushrooms in your mouth.
And that's what I would use if I was making mushroom cream soup.
Exactly. Or something like with the pasta, a little bit of mushrooms, you want to put a little bit of cheese on top, bam.
Why not? Mm-hmm.
This pairing is with the Quailsgate Chenin Blanc again.
And the Bluda. It is from the company called Glasgow Glen Farm. So it's your traditional Gouda. It has that creamy, nutty flavor, but with a hint of blue cheese. That's why he calls it Bluda. And if ever you go to the island, you want to go visit because he makes fantastic pizza. All there himself, on location, with this wonderful Gouda. So if I take this Gouda and take a bite, and let it melt on my tongue, it brings a little caramelized, nutty flavor. And that nutty flavor, it's hard to detect, but if I take a sip of wine...
Tastes like peanut butter.
Absolutely. And it lingers on your palate afterwards. It's almost as just had some peanut butter. It's an amazing cheese because it melts very nicely. And I would even have this on a steak sandwich or on a steak of its own, or maybe on a burger. It just melts in there and brings some of that flavor to it.
Yeah, exactly. Those burgers that they put peanut butter on now, it's a big trend. Or like a Thai dish that has peanuts in it or something like that.
Why not?
And the bread that we would recommend with that.
Oh, I'd go with a baguette, again, because a baguette, will not overpower any other flavor that you want, especially with the nice blends that we just talked about.
Exactly.